Hello and welcome everyone to the summary of turn 4 of my solo playtest of my Memoir 44 scenario called Payback, which is 3 breakthrough boards side by side on the initial stages of Operation Bagration. I haven't updated the score yet after this turn because I just want to show you which units were attacked and which units were destroyed and everything, but I'll do that right after. I've also just realized that I've forgotten to roll for the Germans and see whether or not the restrictions as to their movement are going to be lifted as of next turn. So let's see. Well, what do you know? It is indeed lower than the current turn, which is 4, and they've rolled a 3. So yeah, the Germans are going to get more operational freedom starting from next turn onwards, because they will be allowed to voluntarily move towards their own baseline, basically. Okay, so what did the Russians do? Well, they on their left they played 2 units on the left flank and 2 on the move. This one probably removed another minefield, and the artillery here destroyed this depleted unit, but that doesn't give the Russians a medal because it's a depleted unit. That's not a scenario special rule, that's just something innate of depleted units. This tank moved over here. Well, that tank probably moved out of the village and also removed a minefield because it's a minesweeping tank, and the rules are such that it's not, instead of battling, just simply by moving, these minesweeping tanks can remove a minefield. Normally speaking, they would be allowed to even battle, but it was an on-the-move order. But yeah, as far as I know, well, it's a custom unit anyway. But since they were removed on the move, in real life, those mines, I guess it's okay to leave it like this. What else did the Russians do on this board? They played a Recon 1 card as if it were an air power card. I'm using the optional rule for this scenario that it's actually that at least one of the units has to be present on the where you're ordering at least one unit. So this one was the Soviets rolled 2 dice per hex. The Germans just 1. Here they scored 2 hits. Here they destroyed a unit. Here they scored 2 hits as well. So that was pretty successful. So slowly but surely the frontline units are being removed there, and as soon as possible. And of course, taken into account that they need the specific attack card for that in that particular section, they should build a pontoon bridge, which will make it much easier to cross, because currently the only place where they can do so is either in Mogilev or in Bykhov. On this board, well, they played an ambush. Well, that's later for the German turn. They played an armor assault. They destroyed another depleted unit here. This unit also, well, I guess it didn't have much to do anymore because this unit already destroyed it. This unit destroyed 1 figure here because they rolled an extra die, of course, in close assault, which was quite helpful. Some units moved forward. They got, on their ground reinforcement roll, they got an armored car here, which can be quite useful because I believe it can move up to 4 hexes. So a really speedy unit, and it's, I guess it's an armor type unit, so it will it's even possible to move such a unit off the board and score victory points, 2 points for the Russians if they move them off the German baseline, signifying a major breakthrough and the Russian principle of deep battle. And they got another one here. Well, let's move to the German side of things. Another small aerial view of the battlefield. Here the Germans played attack left, 3 units on the left side and 1 on the move. They moved this one forward, 1 hex. This one, well, moved into the woods. I believe it. Well, I don't quite know where it was, but it moved into the woods, probably in one of the adjacent woods. This unit attacked and destroyed the Russian engineer unit, giving the Germans yet another victory point. The train moved. It moved back. Well, it has to stop once the train, it moves backwards, but once the train actually gets into the town hex, it has to stop. But from there on, it has unlimited movement until it reaches another town. The idea is, but that's probably easier for the other train to do at some stage, to pick up these 2 units while they still can and drop them off somewhere over there or adjacent to it, because they have 2 reinforcements, but they need the train to get them on the board. In the center, what the Germans do, they played a direct from HQ, so 4 units of their choice. Let's see. Something they did on the other board still, by the way, was what's it called, replenishing or something. They exchanged the 2 half-track figures for 2 infantry figures. You know, as long as they're holding up the Russians and delaying them, that's how the Germans should probably win this scenario. Because in the end they will be overrun, but they start with lots of medals for control of the town hexes, and you still have town control rules in effect as well, and every now and then they're destroying a Russian unit, so the Russians really cannot take too long. They probably have to take some chances here and there. What I've been doing so far is to try and remove every minefield by using a minesweeping tank or an engineer unit. Maybe every now and then you just have to take a chance and just run into a minefield and hope you don't suffer too many casualties, because the Russians really do need to push forward. So which units did they actually order? Well, I may have actually accidentally removed some of those things already, which I usually leave in place, as I have done on the other 2 boards, but apparently not here. Or I forgot to attack here, which I hope I didn't, because that would be a real shame, of course. I think I might have actually forgotten to attack with the Germans here, so I will still do that. Or yeah, I've forgotten to do that here, so that is something I still need to do. I will give you a brief update on what happened over there. But 4 units of your choice. Well, this is, oh wait a minute, I do still have some in place. Well, oh wait a minute, something over here as well. Yeah, the Tiger tank made an attack as well. It was very successful. Yeah, this is part of that board too. This one moved from the train tracks into the woods so as to keep the partisans at bay. The Tiger tank fired at this tank unit, which was here, and it had a flag and a tank, so so it had to move back, and one figure was actually destroyed. This unit, which was exactly at the border of the 2 boards, it attacked this tank unit. The Russians still played an ambush card, but it didn't score a single hit, and they only needed 1, but they didn't score it. And this one scored 3 hits, so the Germans got very lucky there. Now, there must have been some other thing I did there, which I can't quite... Oh yeah, that was the one. Well, let me just put it there. The tank destroyer unit attacked the mobile artillery, but they didn't score any hits. And finally, on the left side of the left board for the Germans, let's see, they had 3 in the center and 1 on the move, and they had 2 more on the moves. They moved up these 2 tank units, which will be allowed to move back and score victory points that way. So the Russians will probably really have to hurry up now that the Germans have rolled below the current turn number. And well, the thing is, do they actually want to? Because there are still lots of units that can be destroyed there. But yeah, so that's the thing. What do the Germans do now? Do they retreat as quickly as possible? And how is that going to work out? Well, after all, it is a playtest. Maybe it shouldn't be possible so quickly for the Germans to retreat. if that gives them an easy win. But of course, we shouldn't forget that Recon 1 cards can be played as either, what's it called, um, artillery bombards or air power cards. Of course, if you score flags, then that will even speed up the retreat process for them. But of course, it's also possible to destroy units that way. So that is something they can still do to prevent certain German units from leaving the board. These units don't count, by the way, because they're not even on the board yet, so they haven't left it. What happened here, this unit attacked the partisans here. This unit moved into the woods, as did these two units, because of a ground reinforcement on the move result. And I guess that was, this unit moved into the woods as well. And the artillery unit attacked the tank unit over here, I believe, and actually managed to destroy it. And so that's more or less it. So thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye.